We are in a very difficult time right now. On January the 20th, 2025, an executive order suspended the refugee resettlement program. We thought something would happen to that resettlement program, but we did not expect it to be suspended right away. We thought we had a little more time, and now we don't. And also, there has been a threat to federal funding. And some of us in the ecosystem are immediately impacted by that. Their contracts with the federal government have been canceled or suspended, and they have gotten a stop work order. So they're actually not allowed to do any work with refugees who are already here, who would continue to get their support even with no new arrivals. So this is devastating. We have been a place of refuge for thousands and thousands of people for many, many years. Our program will be impacted in some way. We don't know exactly how yet. We don't know when that will be impacted, but we're certain it will at some point. We plan to continue our work. We're moving this year. We are still on for opening a new child care center serving 72 children of refugee background and also American-born children. We continue to keep our staff of refugee navigators who are working with families every day to ensure their stability as a family. And we continue to work with the schools. We don't charge the schools for the work we do. We do professional development and technical assistance for 41 different school districts, and we will continue our work with those districts. But there is a lot of unknown. We're in a liminal space between what we knew to be true and the future. And right now, there's so much we don't know. Our community benefits so much from having families from other countries live here. There have been thousands and thousands of families that we have welcomed into West Michigan and helped become integrated into the community. They are now stable. They're in stable housing, they pay their taxes, they go to work every day, their kids are successful in school, they play sports, they're in the band at their school, they have now gone to college. We've seen generations of families who have been here and now their kids are having kids, and those kids are in our early childhood program. It feels very much like full circle moment. We've been here long enough where we're seeing some of that, and it's really just a beautiful benefit for all of us to have these new neighbors living around us as our friends, and we're all better off for it. There is a way that our community can support, and we need you. We need you more than ever right now. So you can pay attention to news, but make sure that it's factual. You also can support those of us in the ecosystem who will be in a more vulnerable place because our funding will be affected. And we'd love your financial support. We'd love your support as a volunteer. Our programs run on volunteers. We'd love donations of goods and services. And so there are lots of ways you can support us. And you can also contact your elected officials. The suspension of the refugee resettlement program will be reviewed every 90 days, and a report will be brought to the president at that time for his consideration to reinstate the program. We'd love it if you would put pressure on those folks to put pressure on our administration to reinstate this wonderful program that has been in place for many, many, many years, that is a way for immigration into the United States that really benefits all of us. The federal funding that is being threatened right now has been something that we've relied heavily on in the past for support. The federal funding coming through the state agency, the Office of Global Michigan, who's been a great partner and supporter of our work for many years. And so with that federal funding being threatened, we will need to rely on our community to support the work we're doing. So private foundations, individual donors, corporate donors, will be more important than ever, and we really will need that support in order to continue our critical work.